In the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful. Sahih Bukhari, Volume 1, Book number 3, number 132. Narrated Salama Raziallahu Ta'ala Anha. Sulaim came to Allah's apostle and said, Verily, Allah is not shy of telling you the truth. It is necessary for a woman to take a bath after she has a wet dream, nocturnal sexual discharge. The Prophet replied, Yes, if she notices a discharge. Salama then covered her face and asked, O Allah's apostle, does a woman get a discharge? He replied, Yes, let your right hand to be in dust, an Arabic expression you say to a person when you contradict his statement, meaning, you will not achieve goodness, and that is why the son resembles his mother. Sahih Bukhari, Volume 1, Book number 3, number 133. Narrated Abdullah bin Umer Raziallahu Ta'ala Anhu. Once Allah's apostle said, Amongst the tree there is a tree, the leaves of which do not fall and is like a Muslim. Tell me the name of that tree. Everybody start thinking about the trees of desert areas, and I thought of the date palm tree but felt shy to answer. The other asked, O Allah's apostle, inform us of it. He replied, It is date palm tree. I told my father what had come to my mind, and on that he said, Had you said it, I would have preferred it to such and such a thing that I might possess. Sahih Bukhari, Volume 1, Book number 3, number 134. Narrated Ali Raziallahu Ta'ala Anhu. I used to get the emotional urethral discharge frequently, so I requested al-Miqdad to ask the Prophet about it. Al-Miqdad asked him and he replied, One has to perform ablution after it. See Hadith number 269. Sahih Bukhari, Volume 1, Book number 3, number 135. Narrated Nafi Raziallahu Ta'ala Anhu. Abdullah bin Umar Raziallahu Ta'ala Anhu said, A man got up in the mosque and said, O Allah's apostle, at which place you ordered us that we should assume the ihram? Allah's apostle replied, The residents of Medina should assure the ihram from Dil Hulaifa, the people of Syria from Al-Zuhafa, and the people of Najd from Qarn, and the people of Najd from Qarn. Ibn Umar Raziallahu Ta'ala Anhu further said, The people considered that Allah's apostle had also said, The residents of Yemen should assure ihram from Yalamlam. Ibn Umar used to say, I do not remember whether Allah's apostle had said the last statement or not. Sahih Bukhari, Volume 1, Book number 3, number 136. Narrated Ibn Umar Raziallahu Ta'ala Anhu. A man asked the Prophet, peace be upon him, what kind of clothes should a muhrim, a Muslim intending to perform Umrah or Hajj, wear? He replied, he should not wear a shirt, a turban, trousers, a head cloak or garments scented with saffron or wars kind of perfumes, and if he has an slipper, then he can use Kuf's leather socks, but the socks should be cut short so as to make the ankle bare. See Hadith number 615, Volume 2. Sahih Bukhari, Book number 4, Ablutions, Wudu. Sahih Bukhari, Volume 1, Book number 4, number 137. Narrated Abu Huraira Raziallahu Ta'ala Anhu. Allah's apostle said, The prayer of a person who does hadath, passes, urine, stool or wind is not accepted till he repeats the ablution. A person from Hadramaut asked Abu Huraira Raziallahu Ta'ala Anhu, What is hadath? Abu Huraira replied, Hadath means the passing of wind from the anus. Sahih Bukhari, Volume 1, Book number 4, number 138. Narrated Nu'am al-Muzmir Raziallahu Ta'ala Anhu. Once I went up the roof of the mosque along with Abu Huraira. He performed ablution and said, I heard the Prophet saying, On the day of resurrection, my followers will be called al-ghur'ul muhazzalun, al-ghur'ul muhazzalun, from the trace of ablution, and whoever can increase the area of his radiance should do so, that is, by performing ablution regularly. Sahih Bukhari, Volume 1, Book number 4, number 139. Narrated Abbas bin Tamim Raziyallahu Ta'ala Anhu. My uncle asked Allah's Apostle about a person who imagined to have passed wind during the prayer. Allah's Apostle replied, he should not leave his prayer unless he hears sound or smells something. Sahih Bukhari, Volume 1, Book number 4, number 140. Narrated Quraib Raziyallahu Ta'ala Anhu. Ibn Abbas Raziyallahu Ta'ala Anhu said, the Prophet peace be upon him slept till he snored and then prayed, or probably lay till his breath sounds were heard and then got up and prayed. Ibn Abbas Raziyallahu Ta'ala Anhu added, I stayed overnight in the house of my aunt Maimuna. The Prophet slept for a part of the night. See Fatah al-Bari, page 249, volume 1. And late in the night, he got up and performed ablution from a hanging water skin, a light perfect ablution, and stood up for the prayer. I, too, performed a similar ablution. Then I went and stood on his left. He drew me to his right and prayed as much as Allah wished, and again lay and slept till his breath sound were heard. Later on the Muaddin, call maker for the prayer, came to him and informed him that it was time for prayer. The Prophet peace be upon him went with him for the prayer without performing a new ablution. Sufyan said to Amr that some people said, the eyes of Allah's Apostle sleep but his heart does not sleep. Amr replied, I heard Ubaidah bin Umer saying that the dreams of prophets were divine inspiration, and then he recited the verse, I, Abraham, see in a dream, O my son, that I offer you in sacrifice to Allah. 37.102. See Hadith number 183.